Alright everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the F123 Driver Crimo with ALFA ROMEO, episode number 20 today for the Monaco Grand Prix of Season 2, round number 4. If you missed the previous episode at Imola, I recommend you go and check one out and before seeing this one because, well, it's very tight in the championship. Perez leads, but, you know, by 1 point to Leclerc. Norris is there as well, as is Tsunoda, so it's very tight in terms of the Drivers' Championship. Now, R&D wise, I was thinking, obviously we've had that patch, and I'll give you the comparison in a minute, but I'm thinking about where we need to put our next upgrading, and it was a toss-up between either Aero or Sashi, but we're slightly worse on the Sashi, so we're going to put this minor weight redistribution upgrade as well. But here's the comparison then. You'll notice a big movement from McLaren. They're now the second fastest team on the grid. Haas have dropped off a little bit, I will say, compared to what they previously had as well. Alpine, there or thereabouts. But that big move from McLaren, well, is the really big change there. And that has pretty much cost us, because there's now quite a bit of a gap between ourselves, because we jumped Williams, and Alpine as well. So that gap is going to be difficult to bridge. So yeah, we've got a lot of work to do in terms of R&D to get back up to the midfield. But we move to qualifying. Of course, on track is being another different, and bearing in mind that graph is condensed down. So it's not the end of the world. We can do something with this car. Not so much at the start of qualifying though, because first lap only got me P16. So I'll be looking to improve here as we go through the casino. I actually made contact there. I think I've lost a bit of my front end plate there. Yeah, it's a bit under. I'm not going to lie, it does feel a little bit understeery, this Alpha around Monaco. Don't know if that's we've only had that ERS upgrade come through, the one that failed previously, as well as we come through the tunnel then. Yeah, confirmation we are missing a bit of our front end plate. We're just going to have to carry on really. Again, I've tried not to corner cut that section now. It is becoming difficult, and you'll see during the race that we do corner cut it to catch up. But you know, we have set a purple middle sector. That seems to be where I'm strongest compared to the AI, even without corner cutting as well. You can see there it is lime green on the front left. It's not too bad. Up to the line then, this is going to be a respectable P12. We're ahead of our teammate. That's not too bad. I don't think even with the front wing we would have caught Ocon, because he's another couple of tenths. So let's wait and see what we can do from 12th place on the grid. Can we get points at Monaco? Hopefully we can. It's time for the race, time for the Monaco Grand Prix.
A proper road race, and in the true meaning of the word. That's how Mr. Monaco, the late great Graham Hill, once described this iconic event. The cars we drive have come a long way in the intervening half-century, but we still race on those same public roads beside the Mediterranean. There is no victory more coveted than that of the Monaco Grand Prix. Time to take a look at our starting grid for today's race. Lando Norris will lead us away from pole position, and Oscar Piastri completes the front row. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Perez, Sainz, Leclerc, Russell, Tsunoda, Verstappen, Bottas, Hulkenberg, Phoenix, Fernando Alonso, Gasly, Joe, Albon, De Vries, Magnussen, Stroll, Sargent, and Esteban Ocon lines up at the back of the grid. It's almost time for those 5 red lights to go out then. Let's see who can prevail today.
After the points finished last race, let's aim to keep that momentum going.
So Ocon has very kindly given us P11. So race strategy is a one-stop, but the team are recommending hard medium. Now I decided to compare this against medium hard, just play about with it, and hard medium is the fastest according to the delta time, so that's what we're going to do. Our teammate is joining us on the strategy as well. The ALFA ROMEO master plan is in full effect. Will it work? We'll have to wait and see. 5 red lights for the Monaco Grand Prix, and away we go. It's actually a good stop. One of the McLarens bogged down, and then Verstappen bogging down as well, really. But we are able to get in front of the Haas, which is crucial. Haas probably lost a little bit of pace, and this is probably not a good track for them. And that's Perez getting in front of Piastri, so that McLaren must have been Bottas. Not able to get past Norris though. So we're now going to have a dive down the inside. Have a look at Bottas. We're in front of Bottas now as well. Although, is he what? He's sticking it up the inside. What is he? Why? What are you doing, Valtteri? So here's a replay. We make the overtake. Yeah, and you think, okay, at this point you think overtake done. And he's actually standing inside, and then he decides to just send it at the hairpin. You know, he's defending from the Haas driver there as well. But I don't really know what he was doing there, and he's actually very frustrated because I'm not that good up the hill in this car on these hards. So he's pretty much pushing me on the hards. We are going to have DRS. But it's, well, in this first stint it probably fades in and out a little bit. You know, in DRS one lap, out at DRS the other. Our teammate is out of the points at the moment. He's stuck behind one of the Haas cars as well, so not great for Fernando. I'd expect a bit better from him. Unfortunately, well, at least he's doing better than Leclerc though, because his home race curse has once again bitten him, and he's out of the race with an engine failure as well. So as people start to make their pit stops, there's a train forming. Leclerc did slow down a few people, but now we've got Tsunoda, Russell and Verstappen all together. Remember, we were only right up behind Verstappen, and back to lap 21 because literally nothing else happened in that opening stint. We're going to come in for our one and only stop on set of mediums. Norris is flying. Now, Alonso is in P3, so there is a chance. We'll have to wait and see how much everyone is going to be in front, because obviously the undercut is OP on this game. But this is going to give us the best tyres. We should be able to make it to the end of the Grand Prix. Fortunately, Bottas go past. There's Hulkenberg. We were like 5 seconds in front of him before we made our pit stop. And now we're only just in front of him as well. But Alonso is holding up everyone except Lando Norris, who's now sailing off into the sunset. Perez is getting very frustrated being held up behind. He's got Piastri right behind as well. But you know, that's grouped everyone behind. We're setting the fastest lap of the race, a 1:12.6, is allowing us to catch up to this pack of cars. We're now going to spend the next 15 laps carving through this pack of cars. Having a quick look at Bottas at Portier, nothing doing there. We'll have to wait and see if we can get past him. They got such good traction out the tunnel. This is the problem I had in the first when I had DRS. They just untracked. We're going to absolutely send it at the hairpin. And, well, Bottas has just left us past. I mean, I was expecting him to try and cut us off then. Yeah, he didn't want to yield again. Shock. As well, so there was more contact there. Now, I tried a little bit of try on the outside move there, the hairpin of Verstappen, but this time we're going to go down the inside and up to P7 again. Verstappen didn't want to give that move place up either, but we have the better tyres at this point. The hards are just not working at this moment in time. They'll probably come back later in the race, but for now Verstappen hasn't got the best tyres. And now, well, our teammate is unfortunately dropped behind Nick de Vries, so that's bad news for Alonso. But he may have helped us out with slowing everybody up. You know, the ALFA ROMEO master plan, slow everybody up. well, P5 is definitely possible, even better than that as well. And that's Russell locked up. Yes, Russell's definitely locked up there. And he's going to give us P6. So already we're making very good progress. Not getting stuck behind the traffic for too long. As well, Russell clearly locked up. We're able to take the apex. As well as a replay on board, he just went straight on. Lucky to keep that out of the barriers actually. Because, you know, it has been seen possible. Jump to that 29! The gearbox has failed. And we're out of the race. After all of that, the effort we put in, we were on for P5. Well, we could have even got P4, to be fair. You know, these tyres were good. They felt good. They were wearing as well. You know, with 10 laps to go, we were on for a good result. But no, the gearbox has decided otherwise, and it's our first DNF of the season. Yeah, I'm not happy about that. It seems that the Ferrari's reliability issues have continued into Season 2. Leclerc DNF'd as well. You know, the main Ferrari. And now we've got in the customer team, or rather the junior team, ALFA ROMEO, that has also failed. Yeah. Interestingly, Russell also struggled at the end. I think his tyres really went off, which is why I had that lock-up. He finished down in P8. Gasly got Alpine some points, his first point since winning at Jeddah as well. But such a shame, we had the fastest lap. We were comfortably going to get P5 or even P4 even as well. But it's annoying. We dropped to P8 now in the standings, being jumped by Piastri and Gasly as well. Alonso didn't score either because obviously he sacrificed himself to help us out. And well, as a result of that, he's down to P14, back to P6 in the constructors. It's not so tight at the moment. McLaren are still within reach, but you know, the fact that their car's now very good. Their driver lineup's not that impressive though. Yeah, for some reason on this game it says the gearbox is 8% worn. That gearbox is not usable anymore. So yeah, I don't know what it was, but maybe there's like a missing gear or something, but we should be able to carry on with the missing gear and not retire. So maybe that needs to be looked at by Codemasters. But yeah, disappointing. Apologies about the short race, but that was Monaco for you. It would have been, I would have loved to see it. Maybe we got P4. You know, Sainz got a podium. We could have even got the podium for Monaco, which would have been fantastic. As well, because Perez actually, I didn't notice that on the results stand, but Perez actually dropped to P4, which has lost him his championship lead. If it means second, he would have been, well, he would have been only 3 points behind Lando. As it happens, that has grown to 9 points now. Norris taking his second win of the season. So that's where I'm going to leave it today's episode. If you have enjoyed, leave a like, subscribe, and new to the channel. I see plenty more F123 driver promoter videos. The next one will be out next week. Apologies about that. At Spain, and then hopefully Canada as well. So until the next video, then I'll see you next time. Take care, enjoy your day, and goodbye.